Now I have the pleasure of introducing the second speaker of the day, Mr. Sambit Pal, who is a multimedia journalist and media educator. Mr. Sambit Pal is currently teaching at the International School of Broadcasting and Journalism, MIT ADT University, Pune. He heads the broadcasting department there. Prior to that, he also taught at the Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Dhenkanal, Odisha. So he is Sir's student and former colleague there as well. He has experience of working in broadcast and digital media for 1.5 decades. He was an assistant editor at ABP Digital. He was the bureau head of Times Now in Kolkata, and also worked with various Bengali channels like Star Anando, Kolkata TV, and he started his career with Z News. He continues to contribute to various websites and publications, and alumnus of Presidency College, Kolkata. He's a graduate in political science, and he did his master's in international journalism at Cardiff University in the United Kingdom under Chevening Scholarship. He's also part of the Trainers Network of Google Networks Initiative in India, and regularly holds workshops on fact-checking and fake news verification. So he is an accredited fact-checking trainer. His research interests are in hyperlocal digital media, emerging technologies in journalism, social media and political communication, and misinformation. An experienced multimedia journalist, editor, turned media educator. He's recently authored a book on West Bengal politics, documenting its contemporary history. It's been published by Bloomsbury, India. We are absolutely honored to have you amongst us, Sambit Pal. We hand you over for the presentation of the fact check.
And may I add another thing?
Sir, please.
He translated my novel, which I wrote in Odia, into Bangla. And this novel has been released in Kolkata Book Fair. You can get that from Kolkata Book Fair. Right, Sambit, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so much, sir, Umashankar sir, and also Nilchatji sir. Thank you so much for this introduction. And yes, of course, sir will be here tomorrow in the book fair. And if some of you can manage to go and meet him at the book fair, that will be great. Thank you, sir. I missed your session, but it's always a pleasure to be in the same, a virtual panel even. Thank you, sir.
Continue. I'll take leave. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, USP. I'm taking leave. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Umashankar sir, for such a lovely introduction. I didn't realize that I sent the short bio in such a big way. Anyway, thank you so much, and good evening to all of you. I hope that there are about 84 students. Okay, I'm Sambit. Okay, you know me already as Dr. Umashankar Pandey has just told you. So today we'll be talking about fact checking. Now, before that, let me just understand how many of you have done any workshop or attended any lecture on fact checking, misinformation. Anyone here? No one? Is this your first?
This is Kuheli Kaur from Bharati. I have done it by myself since in the third sem we were editors, and so I had to do, but I didn't attend any sort of workshop or any sort of seminar in this field. I mean, in this arena.
Okay, that's great that you are doing fact checking and all. Yes, Piali, you were saying something, or someone else who was talking. So I guess this is the first time that you are probably having this kind of workshop that we are holding now. Okay, I really want it to be a little interactive, right? So please do ask me questions if you have any doubt. Stop me, and you can always ask me questions. Just a minute, if I can share. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's great. That's great. Okay. So what I was saying that, please do respond when asking something. Unless you, respond, it will be really boring. But this is going to be an exciting session, I hope, because this is something that you all probably, experience it, or you have experienced it, but you didn't understand that, okay, you are falling in the trap of misinformation, fake news, but we all get to, get across such kind of false news that is roaming around us, be it image, be it just information, be it misleading content, whatever it is. So we'll get into that. I don't mind. I know it's 8:30, and if you are having your dinner and attending this workshop, I have no problem, absolutely no problem with that. I'm not forcing you to switch on your video, which I generally do in my class, but please be responsive, right? Can we start? Are you all ready to be in the session actively?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So let me just go to this. Okay. First, let's understand. Do you know that there is a war that is going on between Russia and Ukraine? Have you heard about that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let's see some of the images and let us understand whether it's fake or real. Huh? I'd like you to respond whether you think that this is a fake image or this is a real image. So some of them are related to Russia-Ukraine war, some are not. So let's start with this. So this was apparently bombing in Ukraine by Russia, and this is the visual. Night vision camera was used to capture this visual. Do you think this is fake or real?
Fact, sir. It is from a video game.
It's false video.
Sir, I believe it's fake because the clip. Why I don't know. It's echoing. So,
Okay,
is
I
there
don't
any
know.
glitch from my end?
No, I'm fine. I think I can hear you. So yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir, because the picture is quite blurry. I believe because of the video footage, maybe, or the
Mhm.
CCTV. And another thing I would just like to say, that is for fact checking and everything like that, authentic, whether it is authentic or not. Uh, I didn't find it quite. I saw it forwarded for several times.
Okay.
So when we come to know something that has been forwarded for many a times, it
Mhm.
gets to some extent it gets a tag of fake. I don't know if I'm mistaken or not. Maybe I
Okay, so
am.
you are saying that if it's being forwarded time and again, then it is likely to be fake or it is tagged as fake, right?
It is likely to be. It is
Likely.
more extended to more. To be fake.
Okay, okay. What about others? What do you think?
Yes, sir. This image, this video which was circulating, it is of fake. I believe it is of a video game.
Okay, yeah, it is actually a video grab, but you was saying that this is fake. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else would like to comment? Okay, let me just show you another picture. What do you think about this picture? This is claimed to be from Ukraine. And after this bombing, Russian bombing on Ukraine.
So it's real.
It's real?
Yeah.
Okay, why do you say so?
Sir, the scenario, the whatever is happening and whatever I have came to know, it's real, I believe, because this is the scenario I've seen many times. The luggage they're packing, the baggages they're taking away, and they're rushing. That's why.
Okay, anyone else who thinks that this is not real but fake? No?
So I think it's fake.
Okay, why do you think so?
So because the picture quality and the angle is like photographic kind of, and if there is a war going on, nobody takes that much time to photograph a perfect shot.
Okay, that's great. Great observation. Any other view? Me?
Yeah, sir. I feel it is fake because the kind of photography composition put
Okay.
it seems like it's fake.
So you're thinking that it has been captured in a very artistic way, and this cannot be true, and this cannot be from the war field, right? So that's what you think probably. Okay, we will see whether it's true or false later. What about this? It is claimed that this father is uh, bidding
So
goodbye.
this is the real one. I'm sure about it.
Okay, who was this? Sorry, I can't.
Sir Kuheli call from
Kuheli.
Vishwaruti.
Okay, what about others? What do you think? Is this true that a father is bidding goodbye to his
Yes, sir,
daughter?
and they were in tears, literally, and the baby child, she was crying. I mean, when her father was bidding goodbye.
Right. And it is claimed that he is going to fight the war for Ukraine against Russia, and he was bidding goodbye to his daughter. Right. So you think this is a true photo, right?
Yes, absolutely, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's see other photos. Okay, here it is claimed that the Russian government has declared that those who are putting up Indian flag while leaving Ukraine or just fleeing Ukraine, escaping this war, they're not going to do anything to them. Do you think that this is a right, or rather, true claim?
So it's a false one.
It's a forged one?
Indian government had ordered the Indian students to raise the flag, not the Russian government.
The Russian government is saying that, it is being claimed that General of the Army of Defense Russian Federation, Sergei Kuzugetovich Shoigu, has said that, those who are carrying Indian flag in the vehicle, they will be given safe passage. So what do you think? Where are others? I mean, I can't hear anyone else. What do you think about this photograph?
Hello, sir. This is Deborshi from Vishwabharati.
Deborshi.
Sir, I think the previous picture that you showed, I think it was fact-checked and it turned out to be fake. It was not an Ukrainian soldier.
Okay.
It was fact-checked a few days ago.
So who is this guy?
I think he was from Russia or something. I do not remember clearly, but it was fact-checked. This is that I'm sure about.
Okay.
By some organization. I think Fact Crescendo or someone from Quint, the Quint, the wing of Quint that checks checks fake misinformation. I think they fact checked it, if I'm correct. I may be wrong about the organization, but it was fact checked.
Okay, we'll see what's the truth. But what about this one, Deborshi? What do you think about this? This claims that Ukraine में जो भारतीय घर और गाड़ी पर तिरंगा लगा लेंगे उनके साथ उनसे रूसी सैनिक कुछ नहीं करेंगे. What do you think about this thing?
Fake.
It is fake?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what it is. Okay, it's on 1st February. So you know that UP just had its election, and it was claimed that this independent candidate Gopal Chaudhary has said that I have some personal agenda, that I'm fighting this election for money. I want to make money, and that's why I'm fighting this election in UP. Do you think this claim is true or false? Anyone?
I think it's true.
It's true. Okay. Do you know this guy? Have you seen this guy on TV or somewhere else?
Yes, we saw
You have seen him? Okay. Okay, we'll see what is the truth. Okay, can you guys hear me? I mean, why can't I get your voice? Like, are you not talking, or you are talking but I can't hear? What is it? Akanksha, Sharmila, Jayati. I mean, there are 83 people and I can't hear many of you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You're
sir.
audible.
So you are audible.
Okay. Then please do respond. Huh? I mean, don't feel shy. Just say that whether it's true or false. That is what we wanted to know. Okay. Let me show you the answers to all these things. Huh? Okay. So here is the truth about this video grab. Just let me show you this video grab. Can you guys see this Instagram page opening here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was the video and this was in circulation claiming that, Russia was bombing Ukraine and this is how it looked. This is fake. Actually, it's not fake. I mean, this video is not fake as such, but it was put in a false context. Can you see a date out here? Can you see the date?
Yes, sir. So,
What is
was it correct at that moment when I
October
said that
8th.
it's fake?
Sorry?
When I said that, when you're showing this clip, so I said that it's fake. So was it correct in that context? I want to know. That's it.
Yeah. So when we are saying that it's being shown as the Russian bombardment on Ukraine, then of course it's a fake, right? But it is put in a false context. So this is something else. I mean, this is not the bombing or something of that sort, right? What it is, you need to get deep into it, and that is what we fact checkers do. We just don't say that it is fake or this is false and this is right, but we give logic behind it. This is actually a video game. Okay.
Yes, sir. And that's why I said that it is bloody and it's not true. It's false.
But when you see the date, can you see the date? What is the date?
October 8, 2021.
So when did Russia attack Ukraine? Only in February, right? And that's in 2022.
Exactly.
So last February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2022.
So this is false. This is not related to Russia, even if it's bombing. Even if I take it that it's a bombing, visuals of bombing, it is not related to Russia Ukraine war. Right? So this is fake, definitely. This is a true photograph, even though it looked very, artistic, and you thought that okay, probably it was shot with a lot of time, and that doesn't happen in a war film. But
sorry for the interruption again, sir. This is again Kueli. So this was the again thing I have told that it is true. I mean, the baggages they're taking, and this is the present scenario of that place, and the orchids I could see, and the climate conditions over there, and the face of the man resembled, and I have told impromptu that it is true. Okay, so all these things you have seen it. I mean, you have observed and you felt, and you have told that that this is true photograph. But as fact checker, as someone who's a journalist, you need to be more evidence based, right? So it cannot be just okay, I see this, okay, this looks like Ukraine, this looks like the persons are
leaving. So this person is also leaving with the whatever packet he's carrying, the clothes or whatever essentials he's taking away from his home. So you cannot really say in that, but that's fine, Kweli. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. So this instinct also helps, but as fact
No,
checker,
sir, that's not the case. Many thought that it's photoshopped or something like that, but I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it, and I visualized in that manner. The present scenario is like absolutely like that.
right,
So
right. But as fact
impromptu, that's why I have told that.
I got it. But as I said, that you need to find out where this picture is from, and
And sir, it will be highly grateful, and I shall be highly obliged if you kindly enlighten us, like how to proceed with further evidences, proper evidences, and to authentic evidences to gather them.
Right. We'll proceed to that. Don't worry. Okay. This is Devorshi was right that it has been fact checked, but it has also gone viral in different mainstream media. This is not, this is not a picture of a Russian soldier, Ukraine soldier. He is from the independent portion of Ukraine, which has been, recognized by Russia. This is Republics of Donbas. So I'm sorry, I just, had written this, the names and all. So Republic of Donbas is from where this picture was taken. So this guy was actually going to fight against Ukraine for Russia, and their families were given safe passage by Russia. And this was posted by the mayor of one of the cities there, Gorlovka, right? But it has been reported widely in mainstream media that this is a Ukrainian soldier who was bidding goodbye to his daughter, right? So you need to be very, very careful, even if it's going around in mainstream media, it is not true. Okay, the one I just showed you, that Russian defense minister had claimed that those who are raising Indian flag, be it at home or in the car in Ukraine, they will not be attacked. That is not true. That was false claim, but it was told by the embassy, Indian embassy in Ukraine. There was a circular, there was a notice that was put up in on 25th of February on Twitter also, that print out Indian flag and post prominently on vehicles and while you were traveling, and the buses while you were traveling, so that they can be recognized. But there was no guarantee or there was no promise by the Russians that they will not be attacked. It is just for the convenience of the Indian embassy there. They had issued the circular and asked them, right? So that was not true. Okay, this guy Gopal Chaudhary was indeed an independent candidate, but not in this 2022 UP elections. He was a independent candidate in 2017, and he had actually said that, okay, I want to enter politics because I want to make money. Right? So it was reported in Indian Express website. It was reported by Quint and some other mainstream websites as well, news publications as well. But it had resurfaced during this 2022 UP election. So this is put in again in a false context. So why do you think that you fell for this kind of fake news, or you did not fall for it? You found it right, that whether it's true or false. What do you think? What might have led you to believe that this is fake, or you might have thought that this is true? What could be the reason? What do you think? Anyone?
Sir, as Devoshi is my batchmate, so as Devoshi has told earlier regarding that one, so which was really a fake one, and it has been forwarded several times, as I have told earlier. So that almost we can understand that it's a fake one.
Okay.
We can gauge it. I mean, we can at least,
it, right? Yeah, you can make some gaze, and you can
Yeah.
Anyone else who might have thought that this is true? So don't feel shy, and you are all, I think, going to be journalists or be in the profession of communication. So please do not be shy. Just come out and say that what made you believe that this is true or false, whatever it was. What about others? Yeah, Sharmila?
About information, there are so much information is there. So as I thought that for first hand, we have to do at least one back check of the information before forwarding that information.
Definitely.
So that we can have understand that it is from the old newses or old things. So that's how we can at least have an understanding of the information before going into the assumption that if it is true or wrong.
Right. So you need to always cross check. That's for sure. But why do generally people? Yes, Devorshi, sorry.
Yes, sir. I think the question you asked, why do we fall for information? So personally, I feel first of all, nowadays, especially, I think it's about the Photoshop skills or the design skills of the person spreading the misinformation or carrying the thread of disinformation. Because there are you just showed us a picture where many people felt okay, it might be photoshopped because it was so detailed and the picture had visual elements. So I think that way, if a picture is very subtle, then we might feel okay, this picture doesn't have a lot of visual elements, so it may be correct. Another thing might be the font type. I do not know if I'm correct, the font type or the clutter of information. So people often, so the information where it said that they will allow the Indian students, that the Russian or the Ukrainian embassy said, so it was a lot of cluttered information. So as I see it, even if it's true, I'll feel okay, this doesn't look authentic because of the font type or the font face. I don't know.
Right. But many people, I know, they do not think like you guys, right? They fall for this kind of fake news. And it has been circulated. If you could have, seen the kind of share it had, or kind of reaction it drew out of the audience on Facebook or any other social media site, it has drawn a lot of attention of people, right? So people do fall for this kind of fake news unless you are being skeptical, unless you are being very, unless you are looking for minute details in the photograph or any other content and thinking and trying to cross-check. So did you get emotionally charged when you had seen or read a message or post? Do you generally get emotionally charged when you see any kind of message or content that you get? For example, that content, this image of the father bidding goodbye to that little girl. Do you feel that yes, it's so heartbreaking visual it is? You get this kind of emotional reaction sometimes?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you do get, right. So that is the first trigger for anyone to fall for this kind of fake news, that they get emotionally charged. Either you get really angry about something, and why is it happening? I mean, this cannot happen in my country or in whatever country it is from, or you get really excited, really emotional. As I said about that photograph, many people would fall for that photograph. They won't really care whether he's from Ukraine, whether he's from Russia, whether he's fighting the war for Russia. But whatever claim it is, that will emotionally charge that person, right? So that is the trigger for any kind of fake news to be believable to the people, right? And apart from emotions, you know that there is such a speed of information, isn't it? You get hundreds and hundreds of posts on your social media, account or site or news feed, isn't it? You just keep on scrolling, right? You have hundreds of news or the content that is coming, the posts that are coming on your Instagram profile or your Facebook profile or on Twitter. Or if you are going to look for any information, be it on Google or in some other platform, there are too many information that comes on your way, right? Isn't it? You are overwhelmed with information, isn't it? You get to if you just search about Ukraine, you just type Ukraine, and you will get thousands of news around Ukraine, and you will not understand what to read, what not to read, which is news, which is opinion. That creates a lot of problem. Do you agree with me or not? Isn't it a problem?
Yes, sir.
Right. Then dilution of gatekeeping. So everybody is journalist now, isn't it? I have a mobile phone, smartphone with camera and internet. I click something, I put it out on social media, write down a few lines, and I'm a journalist. Is it true or not? What do you think? Isn't it true that people are becoming journalists like that? Yes, Akanksha?
Yes, sir. Like nowadays, everyone has their phone with them, and if any event happens on, like they think it's a news, they just post it there, and it becomes.
So there is no role of journalism. As someone said that if I'm getting this information, I should cross-check and find out whether it's true or false. What is the evidence behind it? They don't think about that. So journalists had made a kind of gatekeeping for any kind of information to be shared with their audience. They had editors, they have chief editor, they have sub-editor, they have copy editor, they have bureau. Yes? Was someone saying something?
Sir, this is Kuheli. Sorry for the interruption. Could you please, the last slide which you're presenting, I couldn't see properly.
Okay.
Will you be able to share that once more?
Yes. So I'm talking about this dilution of gatekeeping, right? So in mainstream media, you have a lot of checkposts rather, where you are getting an information. The editor will say whether this can be a story or not, and he will ask for evidence. He will ask you to get quotes from different stakeholders or sound bites from different stakeholders, and then somebody will edit your copy. Somebody will look at it and decide, okay, fine, this story can go out and people can read or listen to your story or watch your story. So that gatekeeping has broken because everybody these days with a mobile camera and internet connection is a journalist, right? And then there is editorial bias, right? How Arnab Goswami is going to speak, how Ravish Kumar is going to speak, how Staranand will cover something, how 24 Ghante is going to cover something, how Republic TV is going to cover something. So that every news organization, they have some kind of editorial bias, and that creates a lot of problem. And then you have seamless news. What do I mean by seamless news is that you have news coming from different sources continuously. It's not a newspaper experience where you have a front page, you turn that page, you have certain kind of news on the page 2, then certain kind of news on page 3, then you go to editorial page that has only editorial. Those are like all opinion. Apart from that, all other pages will have news item. Then at the end, you have sports news. But in this digital age, if you're not reading newspaper, if you're depending on your social media or any app, you just keep on getting news as it happens, right? And why I'm saying that this is something dangerous for any person who is consuming news in that fashion, because they don't understand what is news, what is opinion. That barrier has just got broken, right? And as I said, that this is free for all social media, so anybody can post anything and they have their own audience, they believe in them, and they mostly fall for fake news because of that. So apart from your emotional trigger, this could be the reasons why you can fall for fake news, right? And there has been a huge change, and I'm not saying that those of you who are not reading newspaper, you are doing a crime. Even though I will suggest that, you, as journalism student or as a student of communication, you should read at least one newspaper in the morning. Watch the TV news bulletin at least once a day, right? So that you know the hierarchy of news, right? But as I said that, I won't blame you, because there has been a huge change in storytelling format, in consumption of news format, and you can look at yourself and you can understand that, how it has changed, that you do not read newspaper, you do not watch TV, you do not probably subscribe to any app, but you get news just coming to you, and you know what is happening around you. And technology has, of course, caused this change. So all of these are leading to, as I said, all of these are leading to fake news or misinformation or disinformation, whatever you call it. And how does it come to us? So some vested interests are there. Those people are pushing this kind of misinformation, false news, disinformation, everything in the mainstream media or to you and me. And we are sharing it with others. Mainstream media is putting out on their website or on their TV channel, and that is getting amplified. Amplified as in it is getting bigger and bigger, and this is again coming back to us. Even if it may come from mainstream media to us, or it may come from you to me, or from me to you, this can come. The circle is complete in this way. So vested interests are there. They're trying to feed you something wrong, something false, something which is not to the context, and that gets amplified in the social media, in mainstream media, and then it comes back to us. Now coming to what is fake news, what is misinformation, what is disinformation? Can somebody tell me what is, should we call it fake news? Should we call it fake news, or it should have some other name? Is anyone? Are we going to sleep or what?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Should I call, can news be fake?
Yes, I am telling about. I am Bengal Mr.
Sir,
Yes, Mr. Prashad.
I am Bengal Prasad from NSJS, Dhankanal, Odisha. Ukraine is claiming Ukraine has killed a n number of Russian soldiers.
Right.
That is purely fake, I think. That is purely fake.
But can news be fake? That was my question. Can news be fake?
sir, may I answer?
Yeah, please.
Sir, I don't believe news cannot be fake, but the presentation of the news, the biasness of the news, as you are talking, regarding Arnav Goswami, how they are covering the biasness, and somehow the journalists are losing their standpoint of being neutral and being unbiased. They are presenting the news in that format so that it somehow becomes fake. But the truth is behind. They also know the truth, and we are not getting the truth. So news cannot be fake. The presentation or the orientation of the canvas they're presenting, in the manner they're showing or they're presenting in front of their audiences, that can be fake.
Okay.
And another thing I would just like to know, if you kindly enlighten about it, that how to be, I believe that in ground reality, that the term apolitical doesn't exist as said by Ritik Ghotak. But then again, when being in the path of journalism or a communicating agent, we have to be always neutral, unbiased, and also apolitical to some extent, right?
Yeah, you need to be objective, right? You need to be objective. I'll come to that. I'll come to that.
Thank you, sir.
So we are talking about fake news, but news cannot be fake, isn't it? So we, we love to call it
Yes, sir.
in three terms. So these are mainly the terms that we should use. Yeah, somebody was saying something? No? Okay. So we generally categorize fake news in these three categories. One is misinformation, one is disinformation, one is malinformation. And in academics, we try to avoid this term, but I'm using it because most of you can connect to this term rather than this misinformation, disinformation, malinformation. Why I said that news cannot be fake? Because news is something that is verified information, right? So that cannot be fake. So that is one logic. Another is that all of it is not news as well, right? So there cannot be just news. There can be some random photograph which is just a picture, but this can come up as fake news, as we call it, but we generally should avoid this term. But for your understanding, I'm referring it to fake news. So disinformation, what is disinformation? Disinformation is sharing and forwarding false information intentionally, right? So if somebody is willing to cause any harm, or is just willing to gain some attention, and he knows that this is a false content, and putting it out on on social media or any other platform, that is what we call disinformation. So disinformation is something which is forwarded intentionally, some false information forwarded intentionally. For example, this picture that Yogi Adityanath and before him police officer who is bowing down and getting some blessings and all, but this is not a true picture. This is a false picture, but it has been circulated as if this is true, right? So this is something the person knew that this is wrong, this is false, but still he shared this picture. So this is what we'll call disinformation, that the person knew about it but still forwarded this photograph or posted this photograph. Why do they do it? It may serve their political interest, it may serve their religious interest, it may serve their business or any other vested interest. So some people are circulating fake news because they want to make money out of it. You click more on that story, or on that particular content, somebody is making money somewhere which you do not know. Or they may have political interest that they want to create hatred against their opposition. They can circulate this. There can be religious intention as well, to divide communally our community. They can do that. So whatever it is, if somebody is circulating any information, false information intentionally, then it is called disinformation. Now, what is misinformation? Can somebody tell me, if this is disinformation, then what is misinformation? Anyone? What is misinformation?
Some misinformation is also wrong information, giving wrong information, but that mistake is happened unintentionally. Because there is not any intention to make the harm, but it happen mistaken. That is.
You're absolutely right. So misinformation is something.
To add on, maybe hence it's unintentionally, but there is something like sort of rumors or scandals to take place, and that arena also misinformation takes place, I believe.
Yeah, so if somebody is intentionally spreading that rumor, then it should be considered as disinformation. If somebody is sharing it without knowing that this is false, then it will be considered as misinformation. So sharing false information, believing that to be true without any malintention or ill intention, unintentionally, if somebody is forwarding that, then it will be called misinformation. Okay, did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Right. For example, this news, I know that most of you have probably had warm water during during this whole COVID period, during the lockdown. All of us started having warm water, right? Thinking that if you have boiled garlic water, it won't, COVID cannot attack you. Didn't you do this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So somebody had forwarded that to you, that message, or you got that message from someone, and that person did not have any, malintention, right? And you believed in it. But this was not effective, isn't it? Like I had, vitamin C for whole of first lockdown. I also had this kind of mixtures and all, but still I had 2 bouts of COVID. Right? So this was not actually working. This was unscientific, but people believed in it and people forwarded. You get such message and you think that, okay, I should actually tell somebody because that person will get benefited by this message. So this is misinformation. This is false. This is not true. This is wrong. But
And also, sir, we have received so many messages like get doubly vaccinated so you won't be catching the virus anymore.
Yeah. So that did not have any scientific, basis.
Yes, sir.
Right. But we had believed in it and we shared it. So why do people share misinformation? Because they believe in everything. There are people, isn't it? You tell anything and they say, oh, really? Yeah, I believe in it. Oh, really? It happened. You don't know it happened actually. So something like that, right? So they believe in everything and they share everything. Then they want to gain social capital, isn't it? It happens among your friend circle, I guess, that somebody will come and say, Ari, you didn't know about it. I knew it first. Doesn't it happen? তুই জানতিস না আমি জানি জানিস আমি প্রথম জেনেছি আমি প্রথম বলেছি right? So that's the kind of gaining social capital that everybody will respect that person, so that person wants to draw that attention. Then performing a social duty, as I said, that you get such information. If you get an information that State Bank of India is going to close down its ATM services. If you get that information, you may think that, okay, I should tell others because they will probably go and take out money from the ATM if they're close by, because they're going to shut down the ATM services from tomorrow. So you think that this is a social duty for you and just tell others, and you do not verify whether it's true, false, what is the basis of this, what is the source of this news, and you do it. And then there are something like pure fun. That, somebody wants to just make fun out of it, spread some false information. You see a lot of memes that roam around. You get a lot of memes, isn't it? But those are for fun. But some people may actually believe that, okay, this is true. How many of you have heard that alcohol could kill coronavirus? How many?
Yes, sir.
Sir, from the very beginning of the pandemic, the interviewers, I mean the reporters, and it in the mainstream media, it was totally, I mean, মানে আদ্যপ্রান্ত গ্রামের মানুষজন তারা যখন বলছেন আমি তো মানে স্যানিটাইজার মানি, তাদের কাছে একটা ধারণা ছিল এরকম যে ইটস অবভিয়াসলি মেড অফ স্পিরিট অ্যান্ড অ্যালকোহল, সো হ্যাঁ তো স্পিরিট খাচ্ছি তো স্পিরিচুয়াল হয়ে যাচ্ছি, অ্যান্ড অবভিয়াসলি আমরা কোনোভাবেই অ্যাফেক্ট হব না, অ্যালকোহল রোজ খাই তাই জন্য কোনোভাবে অ্যাফেক্ট হব না।
Right. Sharmila, you were saying something?
Actually, sir, most of the internet users are lacking in the media literacy. So the spreaders are taking the advantage of this, and nowadays this kind of messages are designed and tailored in such a way so many people fall for this trap.
Right.
Yeah, because they believe in the first glance, and yes, it is hard to disbelieve. I mean, they tailored it.
And a lot of people must have, had fun in saying that, you have alcohol and, coronavirus won't affect you.
Actually, sir, right now I'm not a student. I'm already passed out, but and I'm in the professional front from last 6 months.
Right.
So that's
But
why
you must have, heard this, right? And many people must have shared this kind of information just out of fun.
absolutely, because sir, I'm on your taskbar. I'm seeing some organizations. I'm associated with one of the organization right now.
Right. So it happens that for pure fun, somebody can do it, and there are other issues. Right. But that fun also can be very dangerous.
Yes.
Right. I'll just show you how it can be dangerous.
Right.
Apart from whatever we have said, that why the misinformation actually circulates in social media or in our whole information ecosystem, poor journalism is also responsible for this. Poor journalism of reporting unverified information, because there is too much of rush for the journalist to put out the news, to break the news, to tweet that information, and they do not get the time sometimes to verify that information. They just put it out, right? So this is something called poor journalism that adds to it. Poor journalism of using misleading headlines is something that also causes problem, right? You must have seen that the headlines is saying something, you click on it, you go there, and you see that the story is completely different. So this is also poor journalism.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And sir, I believe that is also a factor of to grab the attention or the limelight of that portal, web portals, right?
Right. You are true. It's true that, and then misinformation and disinformation may come in various forms, right? So it can come in forms of content, it can come in forms of image, it can come in terms of video, it can come in terms of audio. So it can come in different forms, and there are different types of misinformation and disinformation. So I'll just quickly go through it, and then I'll show you some basic tools which will help you to fact check and get the truth about any content that you face, that you receive, right? So there can be satire, as I said, the pure fun, no intention to cause harm, but has potential to fool people, may lead to dangerous situation. How dangerous? I'll just, I have one example, I'll tell you. So here is one which says that after PM's appeal to become Atmanirbhar, Anu Malik Singh copying his own songs, right? So this was pure fun, satire, because he's, said to be a person, a musician, music director who steals, tunes from others. So that is the allegation against him, but this is what it comes to. And some people may believe that, okay, Anu Malik is actually copying his own songs and can, go on telling people, friends, family members and all. So this is a type of misinformation. Then there is something like misleading use of information to frame an issue or an individual. So this can also happen. Then you have imposter content. Can you read this screenshot, screen grab of Aaj Tak? What does it say? आज रात से पूरे भारत में शराब बंद, right? And who is saying that? The Prime Minister is saying it. Where is it coming? Aaj Tak. Do you believe that this is true?
So this one is tailored one.
Tailored one. So the people generally, when they are doing this kind of content, they just kind of Photoshop and put a text, and it would seem that it is coming from a reliable source. So Aaj Tak is a reputed news channel. The logo has been used, the whole template has been used, but this portion has been put. But common people wouldn't really think about it. They just would get it and say that, okay, yeah, it's coming from Aaj Tak. It's Aaj Tak screenshot, and they will forward it to people. So, but this is imposter content. Genuine sources are impersonated, and you will get this kind of things many a time. How to fact check that, I'll tell you a little later. Then there can be fabricated content. So you see that World Health Organization is saying that what are the protocols of lockdown. Step 1 is for 1 day, step 2 for 21 days, after that 5 days, step 3 is 28 days, and it is circulated on World Health Organization letterhead. So content is 100% false and designed to deceive and do harm, right? So this is fabricated content. Then false connection, as I said, that you must have seen some news item that comes at the bottom of any mainstream media's article, news articles on websites. So this was the headline: her belly keeps growing, doctor sees ultrasound and realizes he messed up. You click on that and you get to you land on this page where the story is about there was something out of the ordinary about this pregnancy, and this story has no connection to this image or this particular headline. So when the headline's caption or the image don't relate to the content inside, it's called false connection. Then here you see that some boys are actually bleaching utensils, and it was circulated saying that they are doing it to spread coronavirus. They're just leaking the utensils so that the coronavirus spreads. Now these photographs are genuine, so this is not photoshopped. There's a community among Muslims who do it, but at the end of any meal in any festival or something, they do it and they think that this is something auspicious for them, and this is something that they are doing out of their faith, their love for those people, and they don't want to waste any food. They do it, right? So the photographs are genuine, but it was put in a false context saying that these people are spreading coronavirus, right? So genuine content is used with completely false contextual information. Then manipulated content. So this is North Korea's president. It was shown as if he has died. Kim Jong-un is dead. North Korea really mourning because he was not visible. If you have followed North Korea, you know that he's a dictator and he's a mysterious character. But this was his father's photograph, which was kind of manipulated. Genuine information imagery is manipulated to deceive. So father's picture was projected as the son's picture, son's dead body, and that was circulated. And as you can see, it was also aired on mainstream media. So be it disinformation or misinformation, any type of false information can cause harm. It may look harmless, that for 4 days and at this time the person begins to cough and have throat pains. If he drinks water a lot and gargling with warm water and salt or vinegar eliminates the virus. This is false information, but if you have vinegar water or salt water or warm water, it is not going to cause you much harm, right? It may look harmless, but there are certain misinformation that can cause real danger for people. It can kill people. So as we are discussing about alcohol, many people believe that consuming alcohol will protect them from coronavirus, and you can see that hundreds and hundreds of people have died in Iran and also in some parts of India where they had consumed illicit liquor, which is hooch, right? So many people believed in this misinformation, they consumed it and they died. So this can also happen. As I said, it can come in different forms: text, video, audio, and it all started in 2016 actually, but it has a long history. I'm not going to the history of misinformation, but at this moment it started in 2016 with US presidential election. Then in India there were stories about child kidnappers that led to lynching in different parts of the country. About more than 30 persons got killed in this false rumor, false information that was shared on social media platforms. And now in 2020, we know that it was termed as infodemic, right? As epidemic, this whole fake news scenario was termed as infodemic by World Health Organization's director. So what can a journalist do? It can control emotions and verify, verify, verify. That's the thumb rule for any journalist. So you are going to become a journalist or be in the profession of communication, you should practice this, because verification is what differentiates journalism from any other forms of communication. So verification is the key. Now always ask yourself, if you are looking at an original content, so whenever you get to see any kind of image, so just don't think that, okay, this is true, this is false. There can be something in between as well. So always look at it and think that whether it's original content, when and where was it created, who published it, why should you report on it, and do you have any evidence that this picture or this audio, this video, this information is true or false. So always ask these questions at the beginning. Control your emotion first, then go on checking, verifying this content, whatever you are getting. So how you can verify it? You can use both traditional and online verification method. What do I mean by traditional method? Going to the main source, going to the person who is claiming to have said, who had allegedly said something. If you come to know that, okay, fine, your MP has said something against the people of your constituency, just don't believe that, okay, you may have bias against that MP. You may think that, okay, this member of parliament, I do not like him, he's from a political party which I do not support, so he can say something like this. No, you should try and reach out to that MP and ask that, did you say this, right? Or if you can go to the spot, if something is happening somewhere and somebody is sending you a photograph and saying that, okay, an accident has taken place in this particular area, is it true? So if you can go there, just go there, verify it, check it, whether it has happened. Or if you can send any person, if you know someone who's reliable, you can send that person to the to that spot and get information. You keep on talking to the people, the stakeholders, and gather information, verify the original document. So these are all traditional method. But as we are into to the digital age, we are on digital age, and then we need to find out different ways of online verification. So you can use certain tools. I'll just show you those online methods which will help you to fact check, right? How you can fact check. So here are some tools and tricks of fact checking. So this is very important. I'll take very quickly 10 minutes to finish it, and please go through it minutely with attention so that you know how to fact check if you are getting any false information. Now on. Have you heard about reverse image search? Anyone? Reverse image search. How do you look for information on social media? Online. How do you look for information on in online? Yes, Deborshi, what is reverse image search?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I think we just post the image. We type in Google as Google image search, and we post the image that we want to check, or we want to cross check, and I think we click on the photo button on the search bar,
Right.
and then we upload the image, and then we get the information, basically,
Correct.
the
Okay,
correct
I can
information.
see a lot of people are saying that they know about it. That's great. So I'll just, for those who do not know probably, or are a little confused, for them, I'll just show them. You can see my screen here, blank screen.
Yes, sir.
Blank, actually, this is Joby that opens. So if you write images.google.com, as Devarshi was saying, that if you need to search about Ukraine, what will you do? You'll go to Google and type Ukraine, right? Here, instead of typing any words, you can actually put a photograph and find out more about that photograph, right? So here is one camera icon which you will not get if you type google.com. In general Google search page, you may not find this, but if you type images.google.com, this will give you this camera image. You click on it, it will ask you, you can paste image URL. So if you just open that image in some page, I'll show you what is image URL in a while. but you can upload an image. Somebody has sent you an image on WhatsApp, and he's claiming that, you know, this photograph is from Kashmir. Will you believe in that? How will you fact check it? So you can, you know, utilize this tool and find out more about that photograph. So you can upload an image, you can choose the file. So you can choose the file from your from your system. So I'm just putting this photograph, which is claimed to be from Kashmir. Okay, now what does it do? So you can see this photograph, the thumbnail here. So a girl is being, you know, taken away. Okay, I have the photograph here, I think. Okay, yes. So this was the photograph. It was claimed to be from Kashmir. So what did I do? I just, you know, reverse image search. So I'm searching this image, and you see, yeah, she's my daughter-in-law, my son, something. Shared old unrelated picture to claim that RSS, whatever it is. Old image from Andhra Pradesh shared on Park social media. So you see something here that this is old image shared on Park social media. So you click on it. You are lucky that it has been fact checked. So this picture was not from Kashmir. This picture was not from Kashmir, but if you if you go to social media, or if you just simply Google it and go deep into the search results, you will find out that this was claimed to be from Kashmir. It was actually from Andhra Pradesh, and these are SFI activists who are being caught by police there. They were protesting against certain issues, right? So reverse image search will give you this kind of information. What does it give you? What can reverse image search do to you? It can tell you if an image is an old image or not. It has been used online earlier or not. It may take you to the original image, but if the image has been used in some other context or not. But it's very difficult to find out that, you'll have to have a lot of patience to find out who exactly posted this photograph first. So if somebody is sending you a photograph next time and saying that, this has happened just now, you can just go to Google, do a reverse image search, and find out if this image is something that is current, or it is in present situation, if you have that photograph or not, right? So it will tell you that when this photograph was uploaded, in what context it was uploaded, and you get all this information. If you cannot get, sometimes you may not get desired result, what you do is that along with the photograph, you just type the relevant keyword that you are looking for. So I may put that Kashmir, because it was claimed from Kashmir. So you can see that there are some visually similar images that is being thrown up, and so you have to change the keyword and find out if you can find relevant information, authentic information, evidence against this photograph. Any question about it? Did you get this idea? Yeah. So I hope that you understand what is reverse image search. Now, if you are using Chrome browser, you can just right click on it, and then you can search this. Okay, if this is the image, sorry, you can open the image on the new tab, and this is the image URL. Sorry. So here you get the get this option of search images with Google Lens. If you right click on it, and then you can do a reverse image search automatically if you are using Chrome browser. If you are not using Chrome browser, okay, so it says that it can be from Saddam strongholds or something, who fought Africa or America. Okay, I'm not going in detail of it, but you can actually do reverse image search, taking out a portion of this photograph, and this can also help you. So reverse image search, is it clear? You can just add it to your Chrome browser. Baidu is another search engine like Google, but this is used only in China and it is banned in India now, so you cannot use it. Yandex.com is another search engine where you can use reverse image search here as well, and this is a Russian search engine. And if you are trying to find out something from Eastern Europe, then this is a good resource you can have. Then you have something called TNI reverse image search, so you can use this also for reverse image search. You have Revi reverse image search. This will help you just not in Google, but parallelly search in all the search engines. So if you have that Chrome extension, then you can just click on all search engines and it will do a reverse image search in all search engines, and that will give you a better result. So Revi reverse image search is another tool. So reverse image search is clear to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I have time till 9:30, but I'll take another 5 minutes or so to take you through some other tools very quickly. Is it okay?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So this was Revi reverse image search. Now, sometimes you will get pictures which will have text on it, right? For example, this photograph. You get this kind of photograph maybe with this text on your WhatsApp messages. What does it say? That Italian man who has lost his entire family to coronavirus finally commits suicide at the top of hotel, right? So what you need to do is that in this case, sometimes you'll get memes, right? On those cases, you just crop out the relevant portion of the photograph. So you just take this portion of the photograph and text you can just cut off. It will give you a better result, because if you search by the whole image with the text, then you will not have the relevant result that you are looking for. So you just take out the relevant portion, then do a reverse image search and see what we had found. That man jumps to his death from the top of Hotel Valencia Center. First of all, it was way much before COVID. It was in December 27, 2019, when this photograph was online. It was found online, and the man jumps to his death from top of Hotel Valencia Center in Spain. First of all, it was in 2019 when there was no coronavirus. And secondly, it was not from Italy, it was from Spain. So you get all this information if you're doing reverse image search, just cropping the relevant portion of the photograph. You can do reverse image search for videos as well. So take a screen grab of the video, try to grab the portion where you'll have a lot of elements and do a reverse image search. Try to grab where you have wide angle shot, because that will give you a better result. So the way we have done reverse image search for any image, you can do the same for any video, but you just need to take screen grab for that. Is it clear that how do you do videos, reverse image search for video?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Any
sir.
question on that? So you just take a screen grab of the video, make it an image, and then do a reverse image search. You just take down this name, Invid EU
নোটিফিকেশন প্যানেল থেকে জানিস রিপ্লাই দেওয়া যায়,
Sorry,
ওটা খুলতে হয় না।
is there somebody asking something?
কি করে দেবো? আর কিছু একটা
Somebody
মেসেজ পাঠালো
has
এখানে, যখন তো হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ এলো
unmuted, I
ওটাকে
feel.
না একটু ড্র্যাগ করবি দেখবি।
ও আচ্ছা হোয়াটসঅ্যাপেরটা সেটা জানি।
Mute him, but yeah, if somebody can
আমি
mute
তো
him.
এটার কথা বলছি।
Okay, no problem. So what I'm saying that just take it down, Invid EU Chrome download. What it does is that I have Invid Chrome extension. This will help you in many ways. I don't have much time, but you can, try this out at your own leisure. It has a lot of tools. So it can do video analysis. It can get you keyframes, so you don't have to take screen grab. It will automatically, give you screen grab, and then you can, do a reverse image search. It can give you metadata about any photograph, and you can do, analyze any video or image coming from any social media platforms. For example, from Facebook, from Twitter. It has a tool for Twitter search as well. If you just have the URL of that tweet post or the image, you just put it, and it will give you all the details about that tweet, about that photograph, and you can get a lot of information. You can get keyframes. You can do a reverse image search in this whole platform. So InVid is one tool that you can use. So try to use it at your leisure time. I'm not demonstrating it at this moment. So it's a verification plugin for both images and videos, and this is completely free to use tool. So you can use this tool at your leisure. What it can do is that it can get you enhanced metadata, viewer of YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter videos, retrieve contextual information such as location. If it can detect in which location this photograph was taken or uploaded, it will mention that. It will get you interesting comments about the photograph on the social media, if it's on YouTube or on Facebook or on Twitter. It will give you information about the license rights and keyframes, as I said, and thumbnails. You can extract still frames also, and it has other useful features like magnifier. So if you want to zoom on some area, it can zoom in. And as I said, Twitter advanced search is also here, and there are some other tools. It's little technical, and I think in a larger workshop we will do that. But I think in basic usage that you can find out in InVid, that will be really, really helpful for you. Okay, another tool is that sometimes you need to add time filter in Google search. So you have something called tools. You can go here, and it will say that if you want to get results from past 1 hour or past 24 hours or past week or past month, past year. It is helpful when somebody, if you are getting any user generated content, if any user on your website, if he or she is sending you any content, you can just find out whether it was there online or not, if it was published in some other media or not, if it was available online earlier or not. Somebody may say that, I have captured this, somebody was committing suicide, and it happened just in front of my eyes right now. So you get that video, you take a screen grab, you do a reverse image search, and you use the tool, you specify that whether it was there in past 1 hour or past 24 hours or past week or past month or not, you will get that specific result. You can also custom range the dates. You can say that, okay, fine, was it published before 7th of March? So you can just select the dates, and that will also give you better result. Adding time filter can help. So this kind of calendar will come. You can just customize your date range, and that will give you better result. Okay, then you can look for visual clues. So as we had seen in case of this Ukraine photograph, you tried to gather information from the photograph itself, but that was not that was not a photograph which had a lot of elements. But here I can show you certain photographs are there where you can see certain installations, some landmarks. So you can find out where this where this minar is, where this fountain is, where this building. So try to find out. If I say that, okay, this is from India, you will probably not believe me, right? So you'll find out that, okay, fine, these buildings are not likely to be in India. This is something in foreign country. So where it is, so try to find out all this, clues in the visual, like installation, landmark, clothes. From clothes, you can also understand which part of the world this picture can be from. The language, in case of video, if somebody is talking, you can find out in which language they're speaking. The banner and hoarding sometimes you see on the photograph also can give clues. Number plate on the cars also can give you clues. Weather also can tell you that, whether if somebody is claiming that it happened, this picture was taken on 15th of March, and you see that, 15th of March 2021, and you see that there was too much of rain. You can actually verify whether on 15th of March 2021, the weather was like this in that particular area from where this photo was taken, and you can cross-check it. Then you have flag, logo, badge, emblem. Now, of course, go to the comments, social media. If you get to see any, any photograph or video on social media, and you want to, cross-check whether it is true or false, you can go to the comments. Sometimes people in the comment box also say, verify that or verify that claim, or rebut the claim, saying that, okay, I am from this particular place and it did not happen, or this is not from this particular place, and you can get all those kinds of comments, right? So look for visual clues. More tips like check URL, logo, about us section of the website very carefully. That will give you more information whether this particular website can be trusted or not. At first glance, if you look at it, it may look very true. This may be real to you. It may look like Times Now at first glance, but if you look at it, it has been manipulated. So there are some satire sites or Twitter handles or Facebook pages which are using this kind of logos very close to the real one, and you may be fooled. So you need to do that. One advice to all of you: do not share or forward a report until you are 100% sure of the authenticity of the information. So unless you know that, okay, I have evidence behind it, I know it is from this place, I know this is true, you do not just forward or share it or report on that particular content. So that is a thumb rule for any journalist. Please always mention your sources of the news. Don't just write the researchers claim, doctors say. You should, as a good journalist, you should always write what research, what paper, who are the researchers, on whom they had conducted the research. If the doctors are saying that, the cancer is going to kill us in next 50 years, all of us will be dead because of this cancer, this disease, the doctors are claiming. Who are these doctors? Who have they researched on? So all this information needs to be gathered and clearly stated in your report. So always mention your sources very clearly. Do make corrections if you commit a mistake or fail or fall into the trap of fake news. It increases your credibility. If you accept that, okay, I committed a mistake, this was not true, then people will actually come back to you and say, okay, fine, this person is trusted person, because if he commits mistake, he will admit that. But most of the journalists generally don't do it, but you should always do it. Okay. So that's it from me. Any question, anything? I know that, I took you through very fast.
Just show something.
Yes, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Who's this?
Sir, I'm Sharmila.
Sharmila, yes. Yes, tell me.
Can you just, see my window?
What
window? Sir, can you just, there is a poster of ICMR spreaded widely during the COVID. So, sir, you shared a WHO guideline. That was a simple one, but I would like to hear, it would be interesting that show the ICMR guideline. It is so well engineered that it is hard to believe that it is not spread, shared by the ICMR.
Right.
But actually it was not,
not from ICMR, right?
Right, sir.
What do you do in that case, Sharmila? What do you do in that case? If you get any, screen grab or any message on your WhatsApp claiming that, okay, ICMR is claiming that, you should
actually I have got it from WhatsApp messages. So then, sir, I did reverse image search.
Okay.
So in that it is said that it is not published by ICMR, but due to I have read it that image, but due to some technical glitches, maybe my window is not visible.
Okay.
So I don't know how.
Okay. I get your point. I get your point. So it's always better. It's for all of you. If you get any such information
I mean,
coming from any organization,
in that poster, there was not even a single spelling mistake. There was a correct, website of ICMR mentioned. The sponsor or courtesy of that poster was mentioned. I mean, for the first glance, everyone will believe it that those, guidelines are from ICMR.
right? So in this case, you should always go to the original source, right? You should have gone to the ICMR, website and found out whether they had issued this kind of advisory or not. If you don't find anything there, try to get in touch with someone from ICMR and ask that, okay, did you issue any such notification or any such advisory or not? And then fact check it from there. So it's always better to go to the original source if you can. That is a kind of traditional way of cross-checking or journalism that we have done it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other question? Quick question. I know it's 9:45. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Any question? Anything? No?
No more questions, but sir, it was extremely enriching session and it was extremely insightful one. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. If you just can be a little cautious about any kind of content that comes on your way, next time you just verify it and then only share it with your friends or family members, and also tell your friends and family members not to share anything and everything they receive, right? Because all of them are not aspiring journalists or journalists like you, so they will not be able to verify that, right? But you should,
Yes, sir.
you should flag it, right? Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sambit.
Thank you.
As always, it's a delight listening to you, and I'm sure, as Sucharita was saying yesterday, that we can just provide snapshot, because the entire thing requires students to actually get into the nuts and bolts of it. And I'm sure that they've had lots of takeaways from here, and they will be very, very vigilant the next time they find these deep fakes, even because artificial intelligence makes a lot of these things very, very, very difficult to discover. But that's what media literacy is all about, and I'm sure that we have some very, very good students here who are going to take this forward. Thank you, students, for your very, very enthusiastic participation. We are looking forward to another very interesting day tomorrow. We begin with a session on media, women and children by Professor Jaya Chakraborty from Tezpur University. Then we have eminent journalist Ms. Munideba Banerjee talking on presenting social issues. And then we'll have the communication specialist Unicef office for West Bengal, Ms. Sucharita Vardhan, at the valedictory session. And those of you who've attended 3 days and you've submitted your feedback, you will probably get your certificate tomorrow night itself. We'll try and ensure that. So thank you again, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sambit.
Thank you. Good night,
thank you,
everyone.
Sucharita ma'am, and thank you, everyone else.
Thank you, sir.
So with this, we
Thank you, sir.
end today's session.